710 ESPN Seattle presents Brock and Salk's Wrap Up.
Powered by the law offices of Heidi Hunt.
Dan Wetzel of Yahoo called it the most horrible story he's ever covered. It's hard to disagree. Tell you what happens next. You know, Brock, it's so far removed from what we normally spend our time talking about. This is a fun time. It's a fun show. We talk about the fun of sports and quarterback debates and whether or not you should call a timeout. And that's such a humongous part of what we do. It's why we got into this business to begin with. When you're hit with a story like what's happened at Penn State and what's the revelations that have come out over the last few days, it almost defies words. To try to bring it back, though, Joe Paterno, and I know the New York Times has said that he is likely to be done. That story has not been confirmed by anybody else yet. I do think that he needs to resign, and if he doesn't resign, I do think that it's going to be on the Board of Trustees there at Penn State to call for his head at this point and say, look, yeah, maybe more information will come out, but there's not enough that can come out that will overlook the fact that this tidal wave of public opinion has hit Penn State and has rolled right over everybody, regardless. Horrible things happened, and he was the head coach there. And unfortunately for Joe Paterno in this case, he didn't do enough to stop them.
I would just say, and I agree with almost everything you just said there, and Dan Wetzel seconded a little of this opinion. Can we at least hear from Joe Pa?
We have to.
Can we at least hear his side of the full story? You know, and I don't know if he's going to perjure himself because he didn't share with the grand jury or with the police at that point. Can we at least hear what he has to say as far as what he did do, maybe behind the scenes, those conversations he may have had with others?
The problem is he's made a statement, and the authorities there have said that he did not do enough. I mean, they've already said that according to their investigation, he didn't do enough.
I need to hear from Joe Paterno. It is ugly. It's horrific. It's miserable. We spent a long time today talking about it. It's so sad that in 60 years of being there, the impact that he has had on so many student athletes, and you could line up how many of them, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, that he impacted in such a positive way, made better people, made better human beings. That program was built on so many wonderful virtues that we all, I think, hold to and love. And yet this just tsunami of evil and disaster has come in and just wiped so much of that sadly away.